Hey everyone, I am Jessica from Willow Vines Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a collective message. So like the videos, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to join the tribe. So we're cleansing this space, and as I'm getting into the moment, I heard, are you ready for this? So something's coming in for someone. Like, it feels good though. Like, are you ready for this experience, for this change? I don't think you can handle it, like that song. Are you ready for this? Okay. So let's see what's going on here. Now I'm getting mesmerized by the smoke. Like I just want to keep messing with it. I don't know. Be a little weirdo. It is what it is. So I want to start this off by saying my condolences to Charlie Kirk's family, his wife and kids and parents, everyone who loved and cared about him. What happened was absolutely tragic. I don't want to get into everything about it because that's not what this channel is about, but I did want to say that. I actually did do a recording where I went a little off the deep end, and I'm like, no, I'm not sharing that. So I just wanted it to be respectful and just to acknowledge that it was just a horrible, horrible thing that happened. And anyone who laughed and criticized about his passing, shame on you. Shame on you. It's fucking ridiculous. So may he rest in peace. His message definitely won't be lost, and his words are more powerful now than they ever were before. And I feel like his message is reaching way more people than it did when he was alive. So I don't know, expect some shifts and changes, especially in the US, regarding all of that. So what in the mo? So let's move on to the reading. It's too many. I can't take all those. It's like, all right, so what's the main energy? Are you ready for this? So maybe some of you are preparing for some type of change or something, or this could be unexpected for some of you as well. Guaranteed success. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this success? So good things are coming in. Like I said, it felt good. It didn't feel like a negative change or tower moment. But a lot of times, tower moments and difficult times bring on those blessings. You know what I mean? Like, we don't see it in the moment till afterwards. I just saw an orb. We don't understand the purpose behind the things that happen in life until we look back. And sometimes something tragic and horrible or really problematic has to happen in order for us to see clearly, in order for this positive change to even occur. That is kind of bringing me back to the Charlie Kirk energy, just saying, but how do I want to say it? I just wanted to say, Lord, give me strength. So maybe some of you are feeling that way, and just know that these difficult times will pass, but there's success on the horizon. So let's see, what is this success that we speak of? All right. Now I feel like I'm like taking a moment of silence. It's making me feel like everything's quiet. And, I always talk about like the calm before the storm, but there's also this eerie silence after a disaster or something devastating as well, regardless of death and all that. But if you think about it, when the storm hits, it's like crash, boom, bang, no matter what it is. And then it's like, is it over? Is it over? Is something else going to happen? Is this done? Maybe somebody's wondering something like that. Because this feels like the quiet after something happened, but it's revving up for success. it's like reflection period. I don't know, that's what it feels like, no matter what we're talking about. All right, well, yeah, because something was moving forward very slowly. Mirror, mirror. This is making me think of like reflecting something back to another person, showing, or people, showing people something through yourself, through your own actions. Okay. It's not projection, it's making people see. Like, that's what this feels like. So it could just be friends and family, people around you. It doesn't necessarily have to be public, but we do have success here. So it's like, it's not just making people see the real you. I feel like people are. Like, they're noticing who you are at your core, and that you're not this or that or what they thought. There's so much more to you than what they were told, what they assumed, you know, whatever. Because you're being your authentic self and showing at least a group of people what you're capable of and who you are. You're not one to be effed with, is what I want to say. And not in a, like, I'm going to beat everyone up kind of way, but in a, you're very powerful kind of way. And people are seeing your power. They're seeing your inner strength. The beauty within. So you're definitely catching someone's attention, even if it's not many, but it does feel like people are paying attention, even if they're not saying a word. It's just like finding something out and knowing something to be true, and not sharing it with everyone. Just not letting anyone know what you're thinking about, basically. I'm gonna start sneezing. I don't know why. Anyways, we have turtle power with star, which is about slow progression. It's moving forward, so it's forward movement, but it's very slow. It reminds me of the Knight of Pentacles energy, where, you know, he always delivers his message, he always reaches his goal, but it takes time. So there could have been someone or many people ahead of you in whatever this is, like farther along in life, farther along in their career, farther along on this path, whatever path you're on. So it could be a similar path, like with whatever you're doing. And it seemed like maybe you'd never get there, like, oh, these people outdid me. But I don't feel like you were competing with anyone. It just feels like, you know, is this going to go anywhere? Because it seems to be taking a while. Slow and steady wins the race. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. That's what I just heard with this. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. Quality of work, so creative projects. A lot of you could be getting in touch with your creativity, making things, what have you, but regardless of making things, it's, I mean, well, yeah, if you think about crafts, even if that's not what you're doing, if you could go to like Walmart or any store, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, whatever, and see these really cute whatevers, you know, like saying knickknacks, we'll just say decor, home decor. And we'll be fancy pants with our words. So anyways, you can see this beautiful home decor and something similar somebody else is selling, but it's hand done. It's one of a kind, because even if things look the same or similar, they're not the same, because it's not like screen printed on to whatever, you know what I mean? A machine didn't make it, a person did. So it's like more valuable. Something you're doing is more valuable than what another person is doing, no matter what it is, because it's about integrity, just popped in, and quality. It's also making me think of like tarot readings and stuff too. You know how there are some readers that bust out like 20 readings in a day, and it's just like boom, 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 always there. That's just a lot, and sometimes it can be too much for an audience to really take on, even if it's different messages for different people. Which, I mean, viewer discretion is advised, basically. So it's up to your discretion. It's up to you to choose what makes sense for you and what doesn't. But if you connect to a reader, you might get, how do I want to say it? You might get steered in the wrong direction if you listen to too many readings, even if it's from multiple readers. But I was talking about quality versus quantity. So there could be some that are just busting shit out left and right, and then there's someone else who's like, it's, I wanted to say strategically timed, or it's just not as much. But it doesn't mean that it's bad or worse or anything like that. It's just, why am I saying this? Like, maybe somebody's a content creator, no matter what we're talking about, because now it's making me think of looking forward to season 2 or looking forward to the next episode, which doesn't really happen that much anymore if you think about it. I mean, it can, especially with seasons, but if it's the next episode, a lot of times people have streaming services and they can just bust through the whole fucking season 1, 2, whatever it is, it back to back to back. But back in the day, makes me sound old, but a lot of you remember this. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but with live TV, cable TV, you had to wait. So if your show was on Wednesday nights at 8, you watched it Wednesday night at 8, and then you had to watch it again Wednesday night at 8. And if you missed it, you missed it. You had to wait, like till reruns or until you could buy the DVD set or VHS, whatever it was at the time. But it gave you something to look forward to because it wasn't just all in your face. So there's something to do with that, because I keep wanting to go back to quality versus quantity. And it's not make people wait or anything like that. It's not to purposefully build up a hype with whatever you're doing. It's more special. I don't know. There's something about what you're doing that's special. Maybe people look forward to what you're going to do next or whatever you are doing. They can't wait till the next episode. I don't know. That's what's reminding me of. But yeah, slow and steady wins the race. So, I mean, if you were taking that slow, calculated approach, I guess, whether it's calculated or not, you're going to be successful in what you're doing. It's something to do with your power. I just heard the power of restraint, of not rushing things, on thinking before you act, thinking before you speak, thinking before whatever. That's where the calculation's coming in. It's not being like cold and calculated. It's almost like planning in a sense. Because now I'm feeling really excited about something. Like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do it right now, but wait a minute. Okay, the timing's off. It'd be better if I did it at this time or in this place or whatever. So it's going over things so that you have a proper plan before executing it. That's really what it feels like, and that's where success is coming in for you, or where it will. So that could be advice for someone, not to rush. Take your time with something, no matter how exciting it is. New Year's could be significant for some of you. I don't know why. New year, new me. So it could pertain to like a cycle change, moving into a new cycle, moving into something new. Here's your sign. A lot of you could be seeing signs and synchronicities leading you down the path you need to be on, like, this is what I should be doing kind of thing, because I'm seeing it everywhere. There's a laser focus here. So some of you might be hyper focused on a specific thing at this time, like working really hard towards whatever you're working towards. I keep staring at the laser light. It's like pinpointing, trying to pinpoint something. All right, give me more on that. What is that about? Give me more on here's your sign. Death reversed. Laser focused on something that won't end, that hasn't ended. On not allowing something to end. What is this something? Well, we have letting go, or finally releasing. Finally releasing information, finally releasing a product, content, whatever. This isn't the end. This isn't over. Here's more. There's so much more to come. There's something that somebody's been holding back, like holding on to their work, not telling anybody about it, not presenting it, sharing it, whatevering. And now it's like, okay, now it's time to say this. Now it's time to do this. Now it's time to share this. Now it's time to sell it, whatever it is. Like I didn't stop. I was never done doing blah 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 whatever. I just wasn't letting anyone know. There's a behind the scenes aspect here. Someone's about to reveal something, is really what it looks like. What are they going to reveal? Give me more on this big reveal. There's more to come. The Knight of Swords. It could pertain to communication. They're going to say something. So some information is going to come to light. Some information is going to come to light that you're going to need to have an open mind about. But I feel like someone's going to say something because they have a change of perspective over you. Didn't I say that in the beginning, that people or someone specific is looking at you and from a different light, from a different perspective? Yeah, somebody wants to come in and say something. It's probably been a long time coming because they're seeing you, what you do, what you represent, who you are, whatever is going on for you very differently. This person's been holding back for a while. You probably thought the situation was done and over with. You'd never speak to this person again. You know, it is what it is kind of thing. But someone's going to come in and say something. It doesn't feel bad, though. Someone wants to come in and say something. Yeah, they want to say the truth. They want to approach you because they know the truth now. So there could have been some crap spread about you once upon a time that maybe they ate up and was like, they believed it. It's so much more than just gossip is what I just heard. So there's so much more to why this person left your life, stopped talking, did whatever they did. They're just seeing the bigger picture now. So this could have been somebody, you could have been dealing with somebody who was very closed-minded, and you opened their mind. You opened it right up. You miss someone. They probably miss you. What comes around. I just heard someone can't stand it anymore. So if they're missing you, they just can't stand the what ifs and not knowing. Yeah, because there's sweet memories here. So there's someone from your past that wants to say something to you. It was only a matter of time before this person came forward. I want to know what they have to say. We'll find out more about that. Home needs TLC and born to stand out. I feel it says give your home some attention, redecorate, clean, or sage it. Definitely sage it. Just saying, that's always helpful. It literally cleans the air, not just energy. What is it, antimicrobial or whatever like that. But anyways, I feel like someone was focused on their home situation. Or maybe there was a time for you where that was your main focus because you needed to. That's where your attention needed to be. And I do feel like you were born to stand out, and you are standing out. You're not just standing out to one person. You're standing out to a lot of people. You don't fit in. You march to the beat of your own drum. You live life your own way, which people tend to not really like, especially if they disagree. But you're not a robot, you know? Someone's seeing that your quirkiness, your weird ways, I don't know, just you being different is your authentic self, and it's not bad. Like, whatever you're doing isn't a bad thing. Who you are is not bad. Living a lie is what's bad, is what's horrible. That's what like really festers hate and all that shit in the world, because if someone's sitting there pretending to be what people want them to be, they're not being true to themselves. They can harbor resentment, they can harbor all that hate and envy and jealousy and whatever, and that's where that shit stems from. If you are living um, your authentic self, like if you're living in your truth, if you're standing in your power, you're not going to feel those feelings, because you're not going to envy thy neighbor or anything, or is it covet thy neighbor or something, whatever. You're not going to, that's not going to like fester within you, because you're happy with the way things are for you, and you're more self-focused. Someone's seeing that you're self-focused, you're definitely standing out. No fucks given here is what I want to say. Like, hate me, love me, whatever. Whatever. This is me, take me or leave me. If you leave me, you're not meant to be in my world. That's what that feels like. Someone's just seeing that about you. Because I don't feel like this is a realization for you, like, oh, I finally see who I am. No, I mean, for some of you possibly, but this feels more like you know who you are. You're living your best life, even if it's not perfect, no life is perfect. You can have beautiful moments, and on the regular, it can be happy and lovely, but there's always pitfalls in life. Like, that's life. But you don't allow the pitfalls and problems to stop you, to deter you, or anything like that. Yeah. Someone's seeing that about you. Get out in nature. Take some you time. Stop and smell the roses. You do. You could be showing somebody how to do this, or that it's beneficial. Just enjoy the moment. Like I've used this example before, like when I got a flat tire, and I needed a tow. I was like, that wasn't part of my plans. My plans changed because we roll with the punches, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, it's a beautiful day. Am I going to let this tick me off and ruin my day? No, I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to wait for the tow truck and all that shit, and I'm just going to enjoy the moment. And I did. It did not ruin my day. So I had that moment, and then I had a lovely conversation with a tow truck driver, like on the way to where we were bringing my car, and it was just like, I'm gonna make the best of a bullshit moment, when a lot of people would have got out, kicked and screamed and bitched and moaned and been like, my whole day is fucked up now and whatever. I didn't do that. I kind of feel that energy here, where it's like, don't cry over spilt milk. You know what I mean? It's like the other day, my daughter made a bagel, and she went to pick it up and it fell on the floor. She had a fucking meltdown over it. Meltdown. When I say meltdown, I mean like, you would have thought her puppy died or something, you know what I mean? And I'm like, make another one. But it's a waste of food. It was an accident. It's not like you purposefully threw it across the room, you know what I mean? That I would have been a little perturbed about, but make another one, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Like, don't overreact over dumb things, over little things. Like, why get so worked up over something that, first of all, you can't change? So your reaction is not going to fix the situation at all. It's just going to make it worse. It's going to make you feel shitty and ruin the moment, basically. It's like, oh, whoops, that happened. Okay. Well, I guess the dogs are getting a treat. Make a new one. Just enjoy the moment. I feel like somebody's seeing that within you, though. Like, I keep wanting to say. Almost like you seem unfazed by this, that, or the other. There are things that bother you. There are things that upset you, phase you, whatever, but you don't allow it to stop you or to wreck your day. I'm not talking like all toxic positivity, because that is a real thing, and maybe someone viewed you that way before, like, life is not all sunshine and roses. Like, you can't be that fucking positive all the time. You can still have a positive disposition and get angry. You know what I mean? Like, you can still see the bright side and be bummed out. It just doesn't consume you. Someone might be seeing that. Like, oh, okay. So you're not emotionless. No. I don't know. This is about somebody's point of view. So maybe I should call this reading like what they think of you or something. Give me more on this. What comes around and born to stand out. Something's being brought to the public's attention, to a group's attention, or to this person's attention regarding you and who you are. TLC, tender loving care. Or the group, but I don't know, your love isn't fake. Maybe they thought it was. When people think that way, usually it's, you know, it stems from their own insecurities. I almost feel like someone was looking at you as though you were kind of love bomby, even though that's just you, your natural state. Like you weren't, because sometimes that can be hard to differentiate from. Oh, here's the slowness of everything, because that's really how you tell the difference. Someone who's like love bombing someone, trying to trap them basically to reel them in, they move really quickly. Like they want to get married fast, they want to live together fast, they want to make it official fast, like whatever the fuck it is. It's like they just pour all this love onto somebody, all this adoration, and build you up, and so that you move fast. So it's like, wait, this is what I want. You have no time to think. Someone who is genuinely loving and caring and wants to be in your life, get to know you, whatever, they'll take their time. They won't push you or persuade you or pressure you into anything. So I just feel like someone's seeing that, like they might have chalked it up to, because you can see the warning signs of narcissism and love bombing and all that shit. There's a bazillion videos out there about that. Some of them are accurate, some of them are not. But there's not that many people that legitimately explain the difference between someone who's, you know, just standing strong and who's confident and knows what they want and they go after it. Person, thing, whatever. Versus someone who is trying to be manipulative. Which is why those manipulation tactics work so well. Because we want to believe all that good stuff, you know what I mean? But it's usually the rush. Quantity, what is it? Quality versus quantity. Like, I'd rather spend quality time with you once a week or once every 2 weeks versus 5-10 minutes every fucking night, you know, like, I need to see you now, you know what I mean? I don't know, it doesn't matter who this is pertaining to, but that's what it feels like. Someone's just, there's like a wake-up call here, a realization. Whoever this is probably dealt with someone who was love bombing in the past and they fell for the trap and they didn't want to fall for it again. So anyone who's nice and loving, and acting that way or saying anything remotely similar, they'd be like, oh hell no, I'm not going down that road again. But they're seeing that they were wrong. So you were misjudged. I'm gonna leave it at that. You were misjudged. Hopeful. You're inspiring someone, that's for sure. Optimistic and success. We have success twice. You're definitely born to stand out. Something really great's coming your way. I feel like you're going to be successful in whatever you're working on, working towards, like your goals and things. But I also feel like there's some type of success in a situation between you and another person. Something that maybe you didn't see coming. Maybe you did and then went, what? I don't think so, kind of thing. I kind of want one of these. New York just popped in my head. So some of you could be from New York, traveling there, what have you, I don't know. But if you think about it, like, New York City is larger than life. You know what I mean? Like, it's the Big Apple. There's a lot going on there, the hustle and bustle, but it's exciting. This does feel exciting, and I keep staring at success. I mean, a lot of people are successful in New York City. Just saying, maybe you'll be headed there. Strength, empowerment, heart chakra opening, compassion, happiness, truth revealed. Truth revealed. You always knew that the truth would come out about you, about a situation, because you remained hopeful. You had faith. You kept the faith. Because now it's, I guess for an example, because it's making me think of like triangulation, flying monkeys, all that bullshit, where the victim is like, I know I didn't do this stuff. Like, why does everyone believe this asshole or whatever? Because it just makes more sense sometimes when people are manipulative. Like, it's hard to believe. Like, okay, well, this is a good one. The truth always comes out eventually, because trust me, those people always fucking do it again. They just do. They're stupid. But anyways, you're very protective. I feel like you have a very protective nature. Like, you're not just about protection, like having someone be there to protect you. You're protective. This is like mama bear energy, and anyone who understands bears, like literal bears, they tear your ass up if you're anywhere near their cubs, like they don't give a shit, like not taking no chances, because it's instinct. You could have been very protective over yourself due to like you just felt like you needed to be protective, or this person did, maybe because of the past. But this is someone who's very protective. Like, you fuck with my family, fuck around and find out, like that type of energy. But it's coming from someone who isn't violent, who isn't in your face. Like, you don't chew people out on a dime, which is actually more scary. I have so many different examples I want to give with this energy. I don't know why. But, like, for example, a lot of my kids' friends told me they were afraid of me. Like, they were more scared of me than my kid's dad or whatever. And I was like, why? I've never even yelled at you. But I've come to the conclusion it's because they have seen me get mad, because when I get to a point, it's like, all right, when is enough kind of thing, or when it becomes serious. I start singing a different tune, you know what I mean? But anyways, it's more terrifying because they don't know what to expect. And it's not like I'm a ticking time bomb. That's not the way I'm trying to explain it. So that's the energy here. It's not ticking time bomb. It's, when you're mad, I know it's serious. When you act like that, I know something's going on, because you don't act like that. So it's kind of, it revs up the energy, and it's a little bit more terrifying. That's the only way I can explain that. But I just feel that very protective energy, like, oh, I'll be your best friend, I will be super kind to you, I will give you the shirt off my back kind of thing. But you cross me, or you hurt my family or someone I love, hear me fucking roar. Like, that's the energy I'm feeling here with someone. It could be this other person as well, but I feel that with you. So people could look at you like you're a pushover, like you're not that powerful, you're not that strong, but you are. Okay, and now it's bringing me back to the other example I was going to say, when people don't always see the problem when it's right in front of their face. Like, seriously, when I said it didn't seem like someone would do this or act this way or whatever. At least I think I said that. I might have just thought it. But it was bringing me to a show I watched last night. And it was more of like a podcast on Hulu, but it pissed me off is what it did. I don't know. I don't like anything to do with children. It just fucking infuriates me. Not gonna go down that rabbit hole, because the things I'd say on here, you guys would go, wow, she's got a twisted mind. Yes, I fucking do, especially for assholes like that. You do the devil's work, you deserve to be punished as such. But anyways, moving on. It's gonna fire me up. Oh my god. Yeah, so that's what that was. I don't even know why I watched it, because I was just like So, the guy that did bad things, um, his wife had no clue, and was like, I had no clue. Like, she was beating herself up over it because everyone was like, there's no way. Because he was a doctor and shit and whatever. And it's like, it doesn't matter what your fucking profession is. There's perverts everywhere. There's sickos everywhere. And a lot of times people like that want to blend in. They want to do something that would make them look really good in the community's eyes, because then no one would ever believe that such a bad thing, that they would do such a bad thing. You know what I mean? That happens all the time. Actually, statistically, those are the assholes that commit the most crimes. Just saying, it's not unless we're talking like gang crap and wrong side of the tracks type shit. No, the serial killers, the very psychopaths, basically, because they're intelligent. They wear their mask well, which is terrifying. And that's the point of this. That dude did. And even his own wife was like, I just never saw this coming. But then hindsight's 2020, and she looked back and saw the red flags, because she chose not to see the warning signs because everything else was wonderful. Like, it just didn't make sense. And that can be a mindfuck all in itself. So don't beat yourself up if you were wrong about a person. Like, if you thought they were good and they're actually bad, or whatever, or vice versa. Because there's someone here who viewed you in a poor light when you're not that way. So it doesn't matter if it's good versus evil. It's about people's perception, their perception of people, basically. Like, based off from their own experiences, the environment, what's being said. So you could have all these warning signs go up. This is why I'm saying it must be. You could have all these red flags going up, and everyone's saying all these wonderful things about this person. And you're just like, well, everyone, like, not just one person, like, so many people think this person's amazing. They're wonderful. They're this, they're that. That must not be a red flag. What I'm seeing has to be wrong, because everyone else, it's almost like majority wins, the majority vote. In our minds, that does happen a lot. Don't let that happen. Trust yourself above anyone else. If you have a good feeling about somebody or a bad feeling. Because I've met some people where I heard some really bad things about them. And like, oh, they're no good, stay away from them, bad past, whatever. I have a bad past, you know what I mean? But I didn't hurt anyone. But regardless, I could have just taken that shit at face value and been like, okay, yeah, I'll stay clear. But I didn't have a bad feeling. And what they were showing me didn't send up warning flags. This is just an example. So I kind of pursued talking to said person. But, I mean, nothing happened either, like, that I'm aware of, at least. So, that's what I'm getting at. It goes both ways. Some people will be too afraid to approach someone because a bunch of bad shit's being said about them. And sometimes people will go towards someone who's a complete shitbag because everyone's saying nice shit about them. It's not about what people say. It's not about how they present. It's about how you fucking feel and what you see with your own goddamn eyes. Okay? I don't know. That's all I have to say. So there must be like a martyr energy here where they're actually a traitor. Or vice versa. Alright, I'm just gonna pull a couple more. And I'm gonna go. Someone's doing something for selfish gain. Well, I mean, if you're fooling people, that's for selfish reasons, just saying. But the star energy in success has nothing to do with that martyr traitor energy. If I do feel like what you're working towards, you will be successful in. That message still stands. There's someone who wants to say something to you, though, because it's not because they're seeing your success. You could have successfully just gotten through to them without even realizing it, because I don't feel like you're trying. Whoever this is, it might shock you when they come forward and say something, because you'd be like, oh, I didn't expect to hear from you, But I don't know, the truth is just being shown. The truth is being shown. This is how I want to say it. Right time, right place. You are at the right place at the right time. Hierophant. And the Hermit. You are at the right place at the right time, and I want to say hi. He sees through this material world and into your very soul. All right, give me more on right place, right time. I mean, you can look at that in a good way and a bad way, because I have this like little example popping in my head where, you know, you just randomly go, oh, I need to go sit on the bench by the water, or, you know, something like that, and just kind of go into Zen mode, just spend some time by myself, clear my head, clear my energy. And you go do that, and then all of a sudden, money starts raining down over you, and you're like, is this real? And it is real, and you're picking it up, and it's like, what are the fucking odds of this happening? Like, it don't rain money, and it's raining money. It's because there was someone on a boat that flew by, and their money just got released somehow, some way, because they opened something up, and it was like an accident on their part, but you were in the right place at the right time, and you got it. It's like the luck of the draw. The right place. Okay, the luck of the draw. Because that would actually be pretty exciting. It'd be like, whoa, this is cool. You are just at the right place at the right time for this to happen. For you to be a target as well. For you to get targeted, for you to be approached. I did say hi. Okay. I mean, hell, you could be approached. Another example is like when somebody's casting for a movie or a show, and you're not even what is it, auditioning. I was gonna say interviewing. You're not even auditioning for anything because you're not an actor or an actress, and they just happen to like your look. You're at the right place at the right time when that person comes over and introduces themselves, and it leads you on a whole new path. It's something like that. I don't know. It feels good though. Like, that feels good. This opportunity, it's not luck though. There's an opportunity coming up for success, which is great. There's also an opportunity for a problem. Don't doubt that everything happens for a reason. The world. The end is here. If somebody got used for something or in a situation, that's over. They were just at the right place at the right time. Like, the opportunity was there for them to use to their advantage, for someone to use to their advantage. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to use this to my advantage. Yeah, manipulation with the King of Wands. These two together can seem pretty powerful, but it's probably a masculine energy that's involved here. Someone felt like they held you in the palm of their hand, or this other person. There was just an opportunity. Someone saw an opportunity, and they move forward with something, with a plan. It just doesn't feel like it's the happiest of plans. Someone could have just walked away from this opportunity because they didn't see that it was one. You know, like, it doesn't feel, I feel like if anyone walked away from an opportunity, it wasn't a good one. So it's like, yeah, good thing you walked away from that kind of thing. Something happened here. What the fuck was it? Ear, listening, overhearing something. Somebody overheard a conversation between you and someone, and then they saw the opportunity. They overheard something. Somebody heard something and rolled with it. I don't know, opportunist. Okay. The Page of Swords, yeah. They definitely overheard something. A mother overheard something. A mother figure, baby mama, stepmama. That's what that's making me think of. There could have been a mother figure, even if it wasn't your mama, someone's baby mama, your baby mama, whatever, overheard a conversation and they saw an opportunity. I don't feel like it was a good opportunity. Somebody did something they shouldn't have. But nobody would suspect this person because they're so fucking nice. They're such a good friend. They're this, they're whatever, you know? But, like I said, that's why I was explaining those examples, is just because somebody is nice to many people's faces, it's chameleon energy. It doesn't mean fucking shit. It really doesn't. Because you can have someone that's nice as pie and, you know, gives like, oh, I'll just give you this, oh, you know, I just love you so much, they're so talkative, whatever, but they're more of a taker than a giver. They'll give a little to take a lot because they always get something out of it. So if someone's being helpful, like whoever this person is, like say they went above and beyond for some reason with you, with whoever, with another person, and they don't get anything back from that person, they're actually still getting something back. They're getting back the praise. They're getting back the backing. So when they fuck somebody else over, no one will believe that that happened because they have these people in their corner going, oh, they would never do that. You know what they did? When I was sick, they took care of me. When I was whatever, they did this. They were there. There's no way that they would do that to so-and-so because they just wouldn't. But they would. But they fucking would. Someone's mask is going bye-bye. And it's not because you're retaliating. It's not because you're proving your fucking point and sitting here going, oh, well, you know, this, and this, and here's all the evidence kind of thing. No, I feel like you walked away. This situation's over and done with. The end is here, you know. It's probably been here for a while. You probably ended it a while ago. And because of that, there's something going on that you're unaware of. It could be, you know, things that are being said to the community, friends, family, whatever. My voice just changed. I just coughed and my voice changed. I don't know, there's something that's being said that you're probably unaware of, and it's like, this person isn't even around you, so what the fuck is this about? You know, like, why is this coming up kind of thing? But regardless of that, it's, if you're such a problem, where are you? I don't know, you're doing the opposite of what was said about you. And not because you're proving yourself, it's just who you are. Your authenticity is like, hello, bitches. Here I am. And it's actually outing somebody else. It's showing their true colors. It's totally unintentional, whatever it is. What is that? Thanksgiving could be significant. I mean, that's coming up here. Family member. So this could be a family member of yours, or there's family involved here. This feels like a past Thanksgiving. Yeah, rear view mirror. Keep going, don't look back. Why did I just wanted to say something, but I'm like, oh, why am I gonna say that? because I wanted to be like, it's reminding me of the time. Doesn't matter. So memories. There's past Thanksgiving that's significant for some reason. It doesn't really feel the best. It doesn't feel like the best memory following you. So someone from Thanksgiving past is following you, or they were following you, like stalking, watching, paying attention. Why the fuck would that be so significant? Okay, I am going to share what I was going to say, because it was just weird. But a lot of you guys know about spiritual drive time and all that shit, and I was being followed and mocked and blah 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 blah, you know, all that crap. But there was this one time that was kind of weird, and it was around Thanksgiving, which is what's making this. I think it was actually Thanksgiving Eve, the day before Thanksgiving. I don't remember what the fuck I had said in a reading, but I was talking about turkeys and crap and Thanksgiving because it was approaching. The holiday was approaching, and I mentioned it in readings and stuff because it was like, you know, Happy Turkey Day kind of shit. Well, regardless, I don't remember exactly what I said, but it was very ominous. Ominous. I don't know. I'm saying it wrong. I don't know. I had a weird feeling, but I was drawn to this part of. It's all the same river, but it's different locations, and I was drawn to this like rest area, and I didn't normally go there, but I'm like, I want to go over here for some reason. I don't know why, and that was a place where I found. They're over there. I don't have them right here. Actually, hold on one second. I found these little dinosaurs. Don't mind the bubbles in this thing. I was learning how to use the UV light resin, and don't do big projects with it. Make sure it's thin. Anyways, the little dinosaurs, they were on the rocks. Like, I pulled in, there's picnic tables, and there's like a little fire pit place, and then you can kind of walk down to the river, and it's a shallow part. And I was just standing there, and I'm like, why the fuck am I here? There's like nothing here. And I heard, go walk over there. So, and it was it was towards the left side. It was a little bit of a clearing, but not quite, like almost like a little, the tree branches going like that. And I walked in, and that's where I found this little fucker. And I also found, I put him upside down, I don't know why, so it's almost like a bat. So maybe bats are significant, but it's a pterodactyl in there, you can't really see it. A different location, I found that key after I mentioned it in reading too. And I'm like, okay, that's why I saved that stuff, because when I mentioned it or saw it in my mind and then it was there, I'm like, well, it's significant to me for some fucking reason. Anywho, that's the place where I found those. And I'm like, huh, you know, a kid could have left them there, maybe, whatever. But it meant something to me. Not just kids' games, but it meant something to me, because I'm not going to say it because I don't want to be mean to any past people that I've dated, but there's a significance with that. And actually, not very many people knew that. Or did they? Did I say that in that narcissist video? I might have. Who knows? Anyway, so I might have added it. And if I did, that's probably where that came from. If not, So, moving on. After the whole turkey thing, I think the second time I went, because I was drawn back, and I'm just standing there again, like, there's nothing fucking here. And I sat at the table this time, and I saw a butterfly. And I'm just like, oh, you're so pretty. And then it floated off towards the right, and I'm like, oh, I wonder where you're going. So I followed the butterfly. And I'm not even shitting you. After I say this, okay, in the fireplace, in the fire, was a fucking frozen turkey. A perfectly good turkey too. Like, it would be a waste, in my opinion, because somebody could have used that. It was a frozen turkey in a bag, just in the fire. And then I ended up the night before Thanksgiving going over to somebody's house, and their mom walked through the door with a fucking frozen turkey, or a turkey, I don't know if I think it was frozen, and she almost dropped it and like looked at me shocked, like, almost like she's like, why are you here, of all people? Like, she knew me, because I don't really know her that well. It was just a weird I can't find the word. Accumulation of things. Digging, looking for dirt on you, using your past against you. Well, you know, healer, light worker. So I could be talking to her about a healer or a light worker where someone's trying to dig up dirt on you. Good fucking luck. And if they did in the past, or if they, were spreading fucking hate and discontent, I feel like it's just not going anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. It won't go anywhere because the people who matter are seeing the fucking truth here. And not just of a situation. They're just seeing the truth of you. That you are kind. And guess what? Someone in this situation, the one who probably wants to speak up, they got your back. They got your 6. They got you 6. Karma's coming. Things are coming full circle because you've moved on. Yeah, hired hitman. Even if nobody got hurt, a man got hired. Someone hired a man to do sexy time. December could be significant as well. And magic. Not just death magic, but magic. Because death magic can also be like creating endings as well. Someone's getting karma for their bullshit. So November and December are significant here. Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I saw New Year's on here. Well, whoever that is avoiding you. Signs, pay attention. Yeah, I did. I said New Year's is standing out. So, Thanksgiving, something significant happened on or around Thanksgiving for you. Could be multiple times, multiple years. Christmas time, New Year's Eve, Mother's Day standing out. We had the Empress as well. And Easter. Child's play. Someone's being childish. Definitely. But I don't know, someone might have been paid to fuck with you, or they got something out of it, even if it had no monetary value. And I just feel like something about that might be coming out because someone wants to talk to you. A Leo might want to say something to you in January, potentially. Not necessarily. But all that shit's frozen in time. I wasn't even gonna show anyone. I think I showed these little guys back when that shit was going on, when I found them. I also have another thing saved because the other weird thing was, I don't even know why I'm like talking about it, but the other weird thing, because I said the turkey was in the fireplace, and it was in the fire, that the stupid retard at the bar, yes, I use the R word, some people are, just saying, and I'm not talking about those who are legitimately MR, mad respect to them, just saying, no, I'm talking about the idiots of the world. But anyways, he put a quarter in the fire and held up a penny after I was talking about the value of different change, like comparing it to people, saying like the penny is worth more than the quarter because, just because the monetary value doesn't matter, because I was trying to talk about someone's personality and who they are as a person and their kindness versus money. And there was an example and somebody used it against me because they were paying attention, following me, whatever, and he threw the quarter in the fire. Long story, I got a lot. I just want to keep going for some reason, so maybe this is like, somebody has a lot to say. Somebody has a lot to say. My hair is everywhere, oh my god. It's because I just took a shower, so it's like, phew. But anyways, that's what I have for you. Hopefully it helps, hopefully it makes sense. I know, like, not always, like, when I'm sharing little stories like that, they don't always resonate with other people, but I share them for a reason, and it's not just because, oh, it happened to me. There's examples in there for one, but even though our situations are different, there's something similar. And stalkers do fucked up shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it might not make a lick of sense to anybody else. And it usually doesn't. Oh my gosh, yeah, exactly. I feel the spirit's talking to me, sorry. Exactly. Because someone just fucking reminded me. It's like there was a stalker story where her ex was basically making himself known, like, I'm watching you, I'm paying attention to you, and sending her flowers. Like he would send flowers, I think it was to her work and to her doorstep. And then at first it was like from a company, and it was kind of like, who's this from? But then he made sure she knew it was from him, so it escalated, and he would like hand deliver them at night, dressed fully in black, and stand in the window till she could get a glimpse and then leave, so that when she'd report it, the officers literally said, because I actually think this in this story, it was on one of the I Survived things, I think, episodes. Um, she was brutally attacked, but nobody would help her, no one would believe her, because the cop literally said, what's so scary about flowers? It's not about what he left. It's not about the roses or flowers or whatever. It was about what he was doing. He was being it was all calculated, he was being fucking creepy is what he was being, and he knew that it would scare her. Like, so it wasn't the fact that he left the flowers there. It was the fact that he was there and he shouldn't have been there. And that he was just basically saying, I'm wherever you are. I know where you're going. I know what you're doing. That's the scary part of it. Not when they leave a frozen turkey. Not when they leave change. Not when they leave dinosaurs. Or whatever. Or salt and beer cans. I got a lot. But it's not the stuff that's scary. It's the fact that you know that someone's leaving that shit for you. That they're doing it to you. That's the fucked up part. I mean, I don't have the duck anymore, but there was this one time I actually sat in my car and cried after this one, because that one scared me. There's these are all locations that I would go to that, I don't know, someone that I knew would have had to have known, because they're not places I frequented, but there were some that like kind of hit to my past, like childhood past and stuff. But anyways, I was talking about, there's just a duck sitting on a pile of shit, and I was talking about someone like hiding their bullshit, and they're banking up all this bullshit, and they're just a sitting duck, and eventually their shit's gonna come out. I said that in a reading. And then I felt the urge to go to this place. I'm not gonna say where, 'cause it's not important on here. And it's like a childhood place. Ow, I just got stung in the leg for some reason. Almost reminded me of a bee sting. But anyways, I'm not even shitting you. I go there, and right where you park, my fucking hair, I looked, and there was a pile of shit. It wasn't like dog shit or anything, but it was like leaves and sticks and muck. And there was a stuffed duck sitting on top of the pile. Is that a coincidence? I don't believe in them anyways, but that's fucking weird. And I remember, because I would talk in my car, and then people would randomly know exactly what I was saying. So, it's very easy to spy on people in this day and age. But regardless of spy cams and audio and blah, blah, blue and all that shit, I said that publicly, and then I saw that. What are the odds of me coming across it if someone was going to do it? How would I even known to go there if no one sent me there? But it was for me, and I knew it. I knew it. I took the duck and I gave it to the dog and let him tear its ass apart, just saying, and he chewed the fuck out of it. Can't give stuffed animals to Jackson because they won't last. But I didn't want to save it, but I took it because I'm like, you motherfuckers. Basically. Oh my god. It was infuriating. It was terrifying, because that was like more obvious than anything else that had been left for me. I mean, there were other things, because they actually had my initials carved into a place calling me a whore, basically. And then randomly, after I mentioned it, it was painted over with green paint. So it just goes, it showed me, even if nobody else believed, that I was being stalked. I was being paid attention to in a very fucked up way. But that shit happens. Something like that is like being brought to someone's attention, or is coming out as being factual. Because someone wants to talk about something to do with a past situation, regardless of stalking. But I did see following. I'm just saying, someone was fucking following someone. Regardless of my past stories and stuff. Yeah, it's coming up for a reason. So just know if anything like that has happened to you, justice will be served for one. What comes around goes around. Someone saw an opportunity and they ran with it. And it was not a good opportunity. You'll come out on top in this situation, but I was going to say something. What the fuck was it? I don't know. I don't know, flew out of my head, so I guess it's not important. But anyways, I gotta go. I love you guys a long time. Holy shit, I've been on here for an hour and 5 minutes. Anyways, I'll talk to you soon.